Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm filming a video that I'm really excited to actually film, and it is basically a favorites video. It's like my top 15 must-haves from Sephora. I don't usually do favorites on my channel, but I've been asked a few times to talk about my favorites, so I thought this would be a fun video. These are like go-to products that I'm consistently using. So I narrowed it down to my top 15 favorite products. I also just finished filming a brow routine. If you've ever wanted to know how I do my brows, or if you need help doing them, if you have any questions, if you want some tips and tricks and like product knowledge, stuff like that, that is all in that video for you guys, so I'll have that link down below as well. That is also why I'm wearing the same outfit and makeup. I'm filming back to back. Also, I would love to know some of your guys' favorites. If you have anything that you feel I need to try out, leave them down below. I'm always really excited to try out new makeup. So I hope you guys enjoy the video. So give this video a like if you love favorites. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already. I hope you guys enjoy, and we're just gonna get into it. So these are not in any specific order. So the first item I have is the Too Faced Glitter Glue. This has been a favorite for a very, very long time. I have had this one glitter glue for years, which probably isn't good, but it's still going strong. It's still fine. But this is, I feel like, a necessity. You need to have this in your makeup collection because there's so many things you can use it for. You can use it for metallic eyeshadows, pigments, glitters, anything that you just want to stick and last all day and be more vibrant and intense, you can use this. I'm using a pressed glitter today from the Anastasio palette. I use this under it to make it stick better. You need a very little amount, so it is going to last you a very long time. Like I said, I've had this for years and I'm still going strong with it. It has not dried out. It hasn't gotten weird. It hasn't gone bad. Going along with the primers, a new favorite of mine is the Anastasia eye primer. I have never loved an eye primer quite as much as I love this one, and it's because it's very different. I hate to waste this one, but I want to show you guys kind of what I mean by that. You can see it's right there. It almost just looks like straight up concealer, but it performs a lot better than concealer. I've used concealer and I've used this. This is so much better. I like it because it gives that concealer effect. So if you have anything that you want to cancel out on your eye, it's going to do that. It's very full coverage. I work with a lot of bright, neon, vibrant tones, and this primer really makes them pop and stand out. Basically what I do with it is I'll put it on my lid, and without setting it, I'll pack on shadows on top of that. So they're very intense and vibrant. It's kind of self-setting too. When I use concealer, it doesn't set, so I just get a ton of creases and it gets very cakey, and my shadows will crease underneath because the concealer is creasing. This sets itself, so there's really not much creasing that goes on with this. But even once it sets, you can still really easily pack on shadows on top of it. But also because it's set, it's really easy to blend out shades. It's not going to be sticky and patchy, so it is basically, it's going to do what a concealer does, but an even better job. So if you like using concealer as a primer, or if you like working with vibrant tones, or you feel like your shadows just aren't popping enough, 100% recommend this. It's so worth it. This is honestly the mini size, like $17 at Sephora, Canadian. And I've had this for months. Like I can't even remember when I bought it. But once again, you don't need a lot of product because it is so pigmented. So even like the little mini size is going to last you a very long time. This is another very old product, but such a favorite. It is the Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy Glitter Liner. The reason I say this is a favorite, and specifically this shade, because it's so versatile and it really changes your look. Like it completely changes any look you use this for. There's so many things you can do with it. You can use it as a typical liner. You can use it like as a glitter liner. Another thing you can do is do a black liner and then put like a line over top of that, so it's like a glitter liner effect. You can use this like in the crease. I do that a lot. I'll put a line just in the crease. You can honestly use this as just glitter. Basically, I just take the brush sideways and start like kind of pressing it around like that, and then blending it in with my finger, and it just adds like a pop of glitter to your lids without it being like overpowering. Loose glitter is very messy. This is not. You don't need a glitter glue. It stays really well. That's another reason I really love it, because it doesn't break apart. It doesn't flake. It lasts really, really well. And this specific shade just kind of goes with everything. So if you really want just one item that you can use in many ways that's going to really change up your look and just add something different, you can use this. On my Instagram, I've used this many times. My Instagram is down in the description box if you want to go check it out. I've been like promoting this a lot, but I'm doing a challenge and I'm posting a new look every day of quarantine. I appreciate the support and the love, but I've used this many times in my looks. Just kind of like a line in the crease completely changes it, and it's very eye-catching. I have a lipstick favorite here. This is definitely my all-time favorite lipstick. This is the Becca Lipstick and it's in the shade Sugar. It is my perfect nude. It is slightly pink, very light, very creamy, and it's just a perfect color. I recommend this so much if you're looking for like that perfect nude, if you like the more pinky undertone. Anytime I show this to someone, they're instantly like in love with it. The formula is super comfortable. It is creamy and hydrating. Such a good formula and the perfect shade. Next, I have the Olaplex No. 3 Hair Mask. This is a lifesaver. If you have blonde, platinum blonde hair, you need this in your life. Essentially what this is that makes it very different from other hair masks is it's actually a bond repairer. So it's not just going to hydrate your hair or make your hair feel smooth. It's actually going into the cuticles and repairing the bonds in it and basically bringing your hair back to life. That's why it's so good for blonde hair, because once you've bleached it, you do cause damage to your hair. This is going to help with that. I have gone through so many bottles of this since I have been like light blonde in general. Like I had a darker ombre before and I was still using this. It's because of this hair mask that my hair is in the condition it's in. My hair is not perfect. It's not necessarily healthy. I've done a lot to it, so that's kind of expected. But for it to be in the condition it is, after all that I've done with it, I know it's for sure this mask, and I've noticed the difference with it. You use this before you actually shampoo your hair. It's not like a conditioner or hydrating treatment. It's a bond repairer, so use it before you wash your hair. Next, I have the MAC Fix Plus, another old product, but I've loved this for years. I can't even count the amount of times I've repurchased this. I love it because of the way it makes my skin look and what it does for my skin. I have drier skin, but I have to set my face with powder. I don't know why, I have to do it. But then sometimes it can look kind of cakey. This instantly takes away any of that cakiness. I will just basically drown my face in this, and all of that powderiness, that cakiness, it's all gone. I'll just take my sponge and like press it over the skin, and instantly I have like hydrated, really healthy looking skin with just this spray. Yeah, I live by this. I have repurchased this so many times. I've never been without it. It is definitely my favorite setting spray because I really noticed the difference with it. Next, I have the First Aid Beauty Coconut Skin Smoothing Primer Moisturizer. That's a long name. I feel like this one kind of gets overlooked because in my Sephora, it is with First Aid Beauty, which is in the skincare. So when it comes to makeup, I feel like nobody really thinks to go over there to get this because it's not in the makeup section. So I feel like it gets overlooked, but I love this. I love the way it feels on my skin. It has a really good smell to it too, but it just feels like you're really hydrating your skin. It's creamy, not thick, but it's not like watery or serum-y. It definitely has that thicker texture to it. For someone who has dry skin, it feels so good on the skin. It makes my skin feel hydrated, look more hydrated, and it smells really good, and it's really affordable too, so I love this. Next, I have the little Kaja Trios. These are such beautiful shadows. I feel like they also kind of slightly get overlooked because Kaja isn't really a well-known brand. I don't think I've really seen it much on YouTube or anything like that, but I love the concept of it. You get 3 little shadows in this tiny compact, so it's really great for traveling or just keeping in your purse, and the shades are just so beautiful. You can see how shiny and metallic that is, and on the eye they add so much sparkle and like such a highlighted look, and it's just really nice. So this one comes with 3 different shimmers. This is the Orange Blossom, which also is really beautiful, the more orangey tones. This is such a stunning shade and very popping on the eye. And then you have a darker, smokier one. And then this one is Rosewater. They do have newer ones where they also have like mattes in them, so you kind of get enough to create like a full look out of. But I just think these are so good. The quality is so good. The shades are beautiful. They look really stunning and eye-catching in the eye, and they're really travel friendly. Another eyeshadow that I want to mention is from Artist Couture. This is the Diamond Lights Finisher. This shade I have is Spotlight Glitz. I'm mentioning this because I just feel like this is such a different and an eye-catching product, and you can use it in multiple ways. It's basically just like a loose, like glittery pigment, and it has like a reflex to it. So you get multiple different kind of tones from this. That is it swatched. And then depending on where the light hits it, you can see there's different tones. It has like pink and a bit of like orange to it. You can use this as a full-on eyeshadow, or you can use it as like an eyeshadow topper, and it just adds that extra like something, kind of like the Urban Decay one. It just adds something extra to your look. If you feel like your look's not metallic enough or it's just not eye-catching, just put a little bit of this on and it instantly changes it. Or use it as an eyeshadow itself, and it's beautiful. And they have multiple different shades, so I love these. Next is the IT Cosmetics CC Cream. I love this so much, and it's the only foundation that I have continuously bought and run out of. It just does something different for me. Anytime that I have a client who's looking for something that's going to be lightweight, but they still want some of that coverage, I say this. It is so much better than like a tinted moisturizer or a BB cream, unless you're actually looking for that like no makeup look. But for someone like me who definitely needs a little bit of coverage, I can't get away with a tinted moisturizer. So this is the next best thing. It's still very lightweight. You have a lot of control with it. You can use less product and get a very light coverage, or you can use a lot more and you can get a really nice medium coverage. It has SPF 50 in it, so it's really great all year round. Always good to have SPF, whether it's winter or summer. You wouldn't believe the effects of not having SPF, so it's really great to have that incorporated in your makeup already. But my favorite thing is because it's a CC cream, it stands for color correcting. Whether you're doing very light foundation or you're doing a more medium coverage with it, you are instantly getting that color corrected effect. And it's instantly taking away any redness in your skin, and it's so good for that reason. This is the only lighter coverage foundation that I will use, and the only reason I stick with it is because it is color correcting. I have a lot of redness in my skin, and a tinted moisturizer, a BB cream, those kind of things, light coverage foundations, they're not covering it for me, but this does, without being cakey, without being heavy, without being full coverage. Absolutely love this, and if you have not tried it, you need to. Next, I want to talk about Jouer face products. So I have a blush duo and a bronzer duo from them. I wanted to bring them up because Jouer is a fairly newer brand in our Sephora, and I feel like unless you watch YouTube, not a lot of people really know about Jouer. I was so excited when I saw that we had Jouer in store, but I don't see a lot of people like gravitating towards them or talking about them because I feel like they're just not really familiar with the brand. They have amazing products. I specifically really love their face powders, like the bronzer and blushes, but they have amazing foundation and concealer as well. They're a great price for what you're getting. This is the bronzer. You're getting 2 different bronzer colors in here. And then this is the rose gold blush duo. Beautiful. You get a more satin blush and then a bit more of a like shimmery blush. I love blushes with a little bit of shimmer in them because they just kind of add that extra highlight to your cheeks and really make it pop. The formula of these is so good. I would honestly say the Jouer blush duo is probably my most used blush. It's just my go-to no matter what look I'm doing. And the bronzer too is also just really, really good. So if you haven't tried Jouer products yet at your Sephora, I recommend it. Definitely try it out. And then next I wanted to talk about the Huda Beauty, the mini palettes specifically. So the neon ones and then also the nude palettes. These mini palettes are really, really good. And I wanted to talk about them because of the fact that 1, the quality of them is really good, and 2, they are so travel friendly. So whether you're looking for bright neon shades like these ones, or if you're looking for more nude tones like these ones, either way, that is a lot of shades in these tiny little palettes. If I was going traveling, usually when I'm on vacation, I don't do quite as much makeup, but for me, all I would bring is these 2 palettes, and that is everything I need between these 2, or even just this one. This palette alone has all the mattes that I would need to create the looks that I like in all these different shimmers. And the formula is so good. I've tried some Huda palettes in the past and some of them were not very impressive, but these ones are killer for sure. And definitely feel like they're a must, especially if you're someone who travels a lot. I think they are great to have. And also the neon ones. These were probably the first like palettes that I bought that really were neon, and they are incredible. They are so bright, so pigmented, and you can do such beautiful looks. I also have the pink one as well, and they're so good. I will say the shimmers are slightly harder to work with. I really recommend wetting them like with a setting spray to make them easier to apply. But once you do that, such beautiful shades. And once again, the travel aspect of it is probably my favorite thing because they're just so tiny and compact, yet you get so much in them. Next, I want to talk about the Velour Lash Glue. This is my favorite lash glue by far. I wear lashes every day. I've tried so many lash glues, and this one takes the cake for me. It is a little bit pricier. It's $16. You are getting 10 milliliters of product though, so you do get a little bit more for that. And because of that, it lasts like months. A couple of my favorite things about it, a lot of the lash glues that I've tried, like Sephora Collection, House of Lashes, they get the lash glue kind of dried all around the rim here, and then you can't actually close the product, and then it dries out a lot faster. This never happens with it. This is the third one that I've used, and it's never happened, so I'm always able to seal up the packaging, never waste any because of it. My favorite thing about it though, and the reason that I'm going to continue to buy it, is because when you actually go to pick off the lash glue, when you're done, like when you're going to reapply lashes, it pulls off in like a strand. There's no sitting there like picking little pieces. There's no picking at the band. There's no ruining lashes. So easy to get off. They're also really gentle on the eyes. House of Lashes ripped out so many of my eyelashes because it's like super glue and really hard to get off. This one doesn't damage your lashes. It doesn't pull on them. It doesn't like rip them out or anything. Obviously still be careful. They can get stuck in your lashes sometimes, but for the most part it's very gentle. And I've never ruined any lashes with this lash glue. So I love this. And then this is the Morphe and Jaclyn Hill Volume 2 palette. This is so good, and I am so happy that she came out with this. Look at how stunning this is. This might not be for everyone because you really need to be into these bright, vibrant colors to like this palette. But if these colors do intrigue you, such a good palette. $50 Canadian. You are getting a ton with it though. All of the shades perform incredibly. They're so bright and pigmented and neon, and I love that there's like neutrals in here too, so you can really create a ton with this. I do these kind of looks every single day when I am doing my makeup. So for me, this is such a go-to palette and just really worth it. I feel like I needed to include these, and it is the Anastasio Norvina Pro Pigment palettes. I have Volume 1 and Volume 3. I'm talking about these because I feel like these ones are a little bit more versatile than this one if you want brighter colors, because they do have the 3 different palettes with the different colors. And these are also just a go-to, like anytime I'm doing bright looks, it's either these ones or the Morphe one, so I really couldn't pick between the two. This is Norvina Volume 1, which is definitely a little bit more on the pink side, but you do have some like red and blue and just really pretty colors in here. You can do quite a few different looks with it. And then this is Volume 3. Definitely a little bit more like coral vibes. You got some greens, some fun colors. I just really like the mixture of the colors, and the formula is so good. Very different from Anastasia's like normal palettes if you've ever tried them. Very pretty, very pigmented, vibrant. You can create beautiful looks. They have a huge variety. The second one has a lot more like bluer tones if you're into it. So if you're looking for a good like brighter palette and the Morphe one doesn't do it for you, definitely check out the Anastasio ones. So that is it for my favorite Sephora products. I hope you guys found hopefully something new that you've never tried, and maybe you'll go out and purchase it. I hope at least you just enjoyed watching this video and hearing me talk about things that I love. Definitely leave me some product recommendations in the comments below. Like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video.